Hello students, this is chapter 4 plant nutrients and our lecture is lecture 7. So today's point is today's secondary nutrient is magnesium Mg. Mg is absorbed by plants in the form of Mg2 plus or it is also in divalent form. The absorption takes place from the soil solution and by the mechanism of cation exchange. And the various forms in which magnesium exists in soil may be represented as dolomite, biotite, chlorite, etc. which shows exchangeable Mg2 plus and that exchangeable Mg2 plus is water soluble and which is absorbed by soil solution. This magnesium is one of 17 nutrients which are essential for plant growth. It is actively involved in photosynthesis process as a component of chlorophyll and it also plays an important role in plant respiration and energy metabolism. Magnesium cycle and deficiency symptoms provides guidance for magnesium for field crops. So what is role of magnesium or function of magnesiums? Magnesium is a constituent of chlorophyll molecule and which is the driving force of photosynthesis. It is structural component of chlorophyll. Thus, it gives green color to the leaves or it imparts dark green color to leaves. Magnesium is mobile element and it readily passed on from older to younger plants during its deficiency. Magnesium aids in the uptake of phosphorus and regulates uptake of other nutrients. Magnesium also activates the formation of polypeptide chains from amino acids and necessary for synthesis of proteins, fatty acids and oils. It helps in uptake and transformation of phosphorus. This magnesium also serves as a structural component in ribosomes. So it appears to stabilize the ribosomal particles in the configuration necessary for protein synthesis. This magnesium also plays an important role for the formation of carbohydrates, fats and vitamins. It means helps in transformation of sugar and starch in the plants. It is activator of enzyme in carbohydrate metabolism. This magnesium acts as a cofactor for certain enzymes other than those involved in phosphate transfer. It has vital role in the activation of enzyme carboxylase which is found in chloroplasts. This regulates the uptake of other nutrients also. Magnesium increases the affinity of enzyme for carbon dioxide. This also serves as a structural component of ribosomes. This magnesium involved in a number of physiological and biochemical functions. So, this is some functions of magnesium or role of magnesium in plants. Now, our next point is magnesium deficiency. In these pictures, we can see some magnesium deficient plants and symptoms which is related to magnesium deficiency. So what are magnesium deficiency symptoms? First one, magnesium deficiency in plants usually appear first in order leaves showing that magnesium is mobile in plant. The predominant symptoms is interveinal chlorosis, that is dark green veins with yellow areas between the veins, or yellowing of tissues along leaf margins and between the main veins. Round spots sometimes follow, giving the impression of beaded streaking, that is interveinal chlorosis. The bottom leaves are always affected first as the deficiency becomes more acute and the symptoms progresses up the plant. Chlorotic leaves generally turns red and they develop spotted necrotic areas. As the deficiency progresses, the yellow regions turns brown and die. And initially symptoms develops along leaf margins similar to potassium deficiency, as we already have discussed. It tends to develop first on older leaves. Some crops is sensitive to magnesium deficiency are jute or jute crops, grapes, sugar beet, potatoes, citrus fruits and vegetables. So these are magnesium deficiency sensitive crops like jute, grapes, sugar beet, potato, citrus fruits and vegetables. On tobacco, symptoms begin on the tip of lower leaves and progress across entire leaves in tobacco plant. This magnesium deficiency is the common cause of grass tetany in ruminants or the animals like cows, deers, etc. These deficiency symptoms are commonly occurs on very sandy soil during period of excessive rainfall. It also occurs if soil pH is low or if only calcite lime has been applied into that soil. Depending on the stages of growth of crops, this can be corrected by soil application of lime or different fertilizers. Usually, this magnesium is applied to the soil by use of commercial fertilizers like magnesium sulfate or dolomite. So, lime content of that magnesium sulfate or dolomite is approximately 6 to 9% of magnesium. So, these are magnesium. Now, our next point is, our next secondary macronutrient is sulfur. Sulfur is absorbed by plants mostly in the form of bivalent SO4 2- and SO2 gas. It is bivalent sulfate and SO2 gas. It is found in organic forms in number of crops like onion, garlic, cabbage, etc. This is essential component in the synthesis of amino acids, which is required in building up of proteins and also required for protection of chlorophyll and utilization of phosphorus and other essential nutrients. This sulfur increases the size and weight of grain crops and enhances the deficiency of nitrogen for protein manufacture. Sulfur increases yield and protein quality of forage and grain crops along with production and quality of fiber crops. It is available to plant in the form of soluble sulfate of soil or in bivalent like SO4 2 minus and SO2 means sulfate and SO2 gas. So next point is role of sulfur in plants or its functions of sulfur. It stimulates root growth, seed formation and nodule formation. That sulfur stimulates root growth, seed formation in plants and nodule formation in plants or the root of the plants. This sulfur is involved in the formation of chlorophyll, though it is not constituent of chlorophyll. It is a constituent of amino acids like cysteine and methionine, in vitamin B2, coenzyme A and volatile oils. It helps in the available formation of metabolites including coenzyme A or vitamin B and glutathione. It is a vital part of ferredoxin. The sulfur is a vital part of ferredoxin, a type of non-heme iron sulfate protein occurring in the chloroplast, which is important. Sulfur improves quality of all types of crops and vegetables. The characteristics odor of crucifer plants, onion, garlic and thropiol is due to sulfur as a constituent of volatile oils. Sulfur affects an increase in nodal formation in the root of leguminous plants. This is root nodules. It affects an increase in root nodules. Sulfur adversely affects chlorophyll synthesis. So, these are some functions or role of sulfur in plants or in plant growth. Here we can see role of function in plant growth. Then our next point is sulfur deficiency symptoms. Sulfur deficiency is characterized by stunted growth, as we have already seen or earlier seen in the another nutrient like calcium, magnesium. It also shows stunted growth because of deficiency. So the sulfur also shows stunted growth, delay maturity and in general yellowing of plants. It's like chlorosis disorder. An acute sulfur deficiency causes entire plant to turn yellow when deficiency is acute. The deficiency of sulfur retards the plant growth and result in uniform chlorosis, which affects all portion of leaves excepting the tip leaves. That sulfur deficiency symptoms in many ways resemble to those of nitrogen in that they produce pale yellow or light green leaves. As we have seen in nitrogen, the nitrogen deficiencies also shows pale yellow or light green leaves, which is similar to sulfur deficiency. These sulfur deficiency symptoms begin in the young and upper leaves first. In crops like corn and small grains, however, yellow strips that run parallel to the leaf bead are common. So, sulfur deficiency observed on sandy soils with low organic matter during excessive rainfall. So, what type of fertilizers are used to improve the sulfur or the quantity of sulfur? So, fertilizers that provide sulfur includes K2SO4, the potassium sulfate, potassium magnesium sulfate, then gypsum, ammonium sulfate and elemental sulfur. So, these are some fertilizers which improves quantity of sulfur in soil. So, today is our point. We have discussed about sulfur and magnesium. These are secondary nutrients. In our next lecture, we will discuss micronutrients. Here in this picture, we can see plant deficiency or different nutrient deficiency in plants. That is because of this calcium, new leaves misshapen or stunted, existing leaves remains green. As we see in this leaf top or top leaves, there is a stunted growth or new growth, stunted new growth. Then because of nitrogen deficiency in old leaves, upper leaves are light green where lower leaves are yellow, bottom or older leaves are yellow and shriveled. Carbon dioxide deficiency shows white deposits on leaves, that is stunted growth, and plant die black because of carbon dioxide deficiency. Then if phosphate deficiency is there, leaves are dark than normal and loss of leaves takes place, as we see in this picture. Then iron deficiency, which is also seen in younger leaves or leaf tips. Young leaves are yellow and white with green veins. Mature leaves are normal because of this iron deficiency. Then in our next, potassium, yellowing at the tips and edges, usually in younger leaves. Dead or yellow patches develop on leaves, that is because of potassium deficiency. In this picture, we can see white spots on the leaf surface, that is because of manganese deficiency. The yellow spots or white spots are elongated holes between veins because of this manganese deficiency. Then magnesium, which is affected, the magnesium deficiency is affected with this by these older leaves or lower leaves. That leaves turn yellow from outside going in, veins remain green because of this magnesium deficiency. So here are some symptoms because of some nutrient deficiency in plants. In our next topic, we will discuss about micronutrients like zinc, iron, manganese, copper, boron, molybdenum and chlorine. Okay, thank you.